What's up, y'all? This is Bobb-z Callahan here with another new word of advice video. And today, I thought I would talk about never giving up. And the reason I thought I would talk about this topic is because we all have those days when we feel like giving up. No matter who we are or how privileged or challenging our lives are. I think everybody deals with those days when we just don't feel like continuing on in our lives because we may be dealing with a certain challenge. Whether that be dealing with a situation that's going unfairly, or maybe we've lost a relationship, or maybe we're even dealing with death. No matter what, a challenge is a challenge when we have to deal with it. And sometimes when we're dealing with the challenge, it can make our day kind of unhappier. And when our days become really unhappy, we have the chance of feeling like we want to give up. I've been there, done that. I'm sure you've been there, done that. Or if you haven't, well, I'm sure it will happen at some point. And my advice, if you are ever dealing with those days when you feel like giving up, is to not let that thought get to you about giving up. And there are a few reasons for this. One, some people give up, and by that, I mean they actually take their own life. And suicide leaves many people feeling very sad and leaves people thinking, shoot, I wish we could have just known what was going on, and I just wish we could try to help them. And also when it comes to the family of somebody who has committed suicide, you know, that is just heartbreaking for that family. Yeah, I've never known anybody in my family in my lifetime who has committed suicide, but I have heard about other people committing suicide when I was in high school, and as soon as the news broke, it just left a lot of people feeling depressed for a little bit, and with those thoughts, which went like, shoot, I wish we just could have known what they were dealing with and how we could have helped them. So that's one reason why I would recommend never giving up, because, you know, when it comes to taking your own life, it can just affect so many other lives and leave others feeling very sad. And also, you cannot undo suicide, because once we're killed and dead, we can't reverse it. My second reason about never giving up, and why I would recommend never giving up, is because tomorrow is a new day that we do not know about. Sure, we may have our plans drawn out for tomorrow, and we might expect something to go a certain way, but tomorrow could be totally different from the way you might be envisioning it. And who knows? Tomorrow, you might meet somebody new in your life who might be a good influence on you, or you might be a good influence on them. And yeah, on some days, It is hard to believe that tomorrow could be a totally awesome day, because, let's be honest, some challenges which make our days unhappier are just really a bummer. I've been there, done that, and there have been days when I've believed that tomorrow was not going to be a good day. But I've had those days when I've met new people without expecting it, and either I've been a good influence in someone else's life, or someone else has been a good influence on me. So, even if today is a totally hard day for you, I would recommend giving tomorrow a new chance, because you might meet a new person and bam, your life may be changed, their life may be changed, or maybe both your lives may be changed. And lastly, number 3, why I would recommend never giving up is because with age can come wisdom and realization of new thoughts that we haven't thought of before. You know, we may be going through a terrible day, but then on the next day, we just might learn something about life, and hopefully it's positive, and it may be a thought that gives you encouragement, strength, and overall, this new thought that you may learn could be something totally revolutionary for you. And you may think to yourself, well, gee, now that I realize this, I should remember this and try to apply it to my life. Even though my life has been harder in the past, with this new thought, who knows? I could definitely benefit from what I've just learned. That may happen tomorrow. I've had those days when, for example, I've gone to a small group and somebody just mentioned a thought that I had never really thought of before, and it changed my life. And that's because, you know, I decided to make it to the next day. I never gave up, and I was able to learn a new thought which I could apply to my life. In conclusion, I realize that when we are all dealing with tough situations, we all have our own thoughts and our own ways of coping. Sure, if you want to sit down and talk with me about something that I've been through as well, I may understand totally that your situation is really hard, but I don't know exactly what you're thinking. But still, I would recommend to anybody, if you are having a bad day, to just never give up. And find somebody to talk to. Try to think of something positive. And sometimes, what works for me, I just think of something funny. Maybe a good joke, or maybe a video that I thought was funny from YouTube, from a cartoon. Definitely try those tactics as well. But overall, never give up. Because tomorrow is a new day, and tomorrow could be awesome. But we will never know that if we give up. So, never give up. And with that, this is all that I really have to say on this topic. I certainly hope this advice helps. Come back for another Word of Advice video.